Okay, folks. So here we're going to look at the camouflage and economy rework that wargaming is throwing at everybody. So yes, you heard me right. Now all of a sudden, and this is apparently because the player base has requested it, which we never had seen whatsoever. Just another BS friggin' create an issue, make a fix, and just friggin' keep your company line and just keep ramming it down people's throats. The typical Russian way of doing things. That's how Putin operates. That's how he taught Trump to operate. And this is how things go these days. So now all of a sudden, and this came up recently, and I've brought it up in the forums, and it's really, and based on what we're finding out, it's going to screw you over. They make it out like their player base requested it, and we're doing it, and camouflage it in this nice, beautiful bow tie package that it's for your benefit, and it's just a screw over. So we've got them. So let's see if this Sea Lord Mountbatten can actually be cognitively aware of how this screw over is really working. So I haven't watched this. Let's see what happens here. I know it's a screw over. I brought it up. Little white mouse piped up in the forums. She's great with her technical work, technical analysis, and it's a definite screw over. So let's see what Sea Lord Mountbatten is, because I find he's just too quick to go to the company line. Did that with the subs, even though we just watched the video with the Flamu, who I like a lot because of his technical expertise. Does he have character quirks? Who doesn't? We all do. But putting that aside, he knows what he's talking about, and the subs are broken, and they really don't fit the meta of the game. They should go in their own format, same with the CVs. But nonetheless, you scream from the hills, nothing gets done. So now we're going to talk about camouflage and the economy rework. I want to see how Sea Lord Mountbatten makes an assessment on it. I've already pointed out in the forums it's a screw over, and we've seen it factually and how that is the case. But let's see how this is going to be portrayed this way. Here's a guy that's not a CC, nice guy, teacher. Let's see how he figures it out. So without much further ado, away we go, monsieur.
Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today we got a pretty lengthy and in-depth devlog talking about some major changes coming to the camouflage system and the economy in World Warships. It's almost I'd say it's a pretty safe bet saying this is an economy rework. It's definitely an economic bonuses rework from the standpoint of that they're pretty much changing everything about how economic bonuses work, especially when it comes to camouflage bonuses, which are essentially going away. So I would highly recommend you guys check out this dev blog yourselves. Link to that is in the description down below. There's a lot of math and a lot of finite changes here that I might misunderstand or glance over, but I've read through this 3 or 4 times already. I'm pretty sure I have a pretty solid grasp of how this should be working, and really it should work quite simply, and we'll get into that right here in a moment. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Again, link down below if you want to check out this article for yourself, which again I highly recommend you do. I will throw any relevant images or artwork up on screen as we go through them. There are a couple of charts that they do show explaining how some of the changes will work, but let's go ahead and get on into it. So they say separating economic bonuses from visual customizations. Previously, we announced our plan to detach economic bonuses from visual customizations, as well as update the way economic bonuses are working. Now we're ready to share the details. We realize that this is no small change and that you'll likely have some questions, so we'll be making another publication with answers soon after this one is publicized. It's always nice to see. They go on to say almost 7 years have passed since the game's release, and one of the most important components of World of Warships, the economy, has remained largely unchanged. Over time, we've drawn up a long list of things that could be improved or changed. When we started working on the popular idea of separating the economic bonuses from the visuals, we realized that this entailed many other changes. We plan to release this update in late summer or early fall, but you can check out all the details now. Below you will find the main goals of this update, key information, details of the change, a conversion calculator to estimate how the transition will affect you, examples of the usage of bonuses, and a battle reward calculator to compare earnings before and after the change, conversion rules describing how the process works in detail, and some explanation of other minor changes. Okay, so that's what's all in this update, and they did mention this in the roadmap string that this would probably be coming like July, August-ish. So again, still seems like they have that same time frame set up, which is pretty impressive considering the major, obviously, office shuffling that's going on right now with Wargaming leaving Russia and Belarus. Alright, so they state the main goals of the update. The basic principle is that, in total, your economic earnings will not...
Hold on. Office reshuffling, leaving Belarus and Russia? Give me a friggin' break. This is another smoking gun BS friggin' move. So anyways, they claim, and they put it on when you log in with Wargaming Center, they put a notice that moving the operations out of Belarus and Russia and putting it into Lestra Studios. I'm pretty sure it's Lestra. But anyways, this studio actually owned Wargaming from 2011 to the present. And the company they're claiming to be, they're moving from Belarus and Russia and assigning to this Lestra studio the businesses. Well, a studio headquartered in St. Petersburg, Russia. So what kind of smoke and mirrors BS is this? Like, give me a friggin' break, and people buy into it. They don't do their research. Unbelievable. Let's go back to the video.
not be negatively affected. In some cases, you'll even get more. The main goals of the update are the following. Give the ability to select economic bonuses and camouflages independently of each other. Simplify the management of economic bonuses.
Do your research, folks. And we've pointed it out in the forums. That's BS. Its goal is to position wargaming in a positive manner for their benefit at the expense of the player base. That is the bottom line.
Make the transition from the old system to the new one as comfortable as possible. Keep the current state of the game's economy with regards to cost and earnings. Besides that, we're improving the interface, bonus management, stock display, and more. Okay, so just by going off of that, if this is the true goals of the update and truly what is going to happen, I do think overall this will be a very positive change to the game. Being able to just mix and match whatever camouflage you want with whatever bonus you want, I think is a fantastic addition to the game. For example, like I talked about the Kobayashi camo with the Roma and the Key, I don't like the way that the camos really look. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're very impressive. They do look nice, but I don't like the way, they change the way that the ship looks. But I very much like the economic bonuses that they give us. So, I would very much like to be able to run the bonuses that those camos give us just on the normal premium camouflage of the ship. And this is allowing us to do that, essentially. And I like that. So, basically, it's going to move to more of the World of Tanks system, where you do basically this. If you guys haven't played World of Tanks, this is essentially how their system works. All right, so let's go ahead and get on into it. Key changes. This is a short list of key changes.
Hold on a second. But this is how they get you. And this is how they got this guy, Sea Lord Mountbatten. They position in such a way, oh, this is the benefit. Oh, so this is great. This is going to work out better for me. So right away, on a psychological level, he thinks it's going to be better. But no, it's not going to be better. When you want to play for free or for the least cost possible and enjoy yourself, the exact opposite is happening. But this is how they trap you. Just so you understand, folks. The trap has been set. Sea Lord Mountbatten has fallen for it, hook, line, and sinker. He ate it up. And you just witnessed it.
If you're interested in more details about these and others, you can find them in other sections below. So they show us a screenshot of what I'm assuming the management screen is going to look like for the economic bonuses. You see they got the boost to the credits earning, the XP, and I think that's supposed to be Commander XP in the third slot, and then free XP in the fourth slot. It's in Russian. I can't read that. If one of you guys want to take a crack at it, let me know down below, but I'm pretty sure that's what it says, even though they have giant work in progress in English on top of it and on the side. All right, Wargaming. All right. Okay, economic bonuses from camouflage and signals become separate entities. Choosing a camouflage only affects visuals. I like that. Bonus to XP does not affect free XP and Commander XP. At the same time, however, all bonuses are increased accordingly. Basic free XP and earnings.
Oh, yeah, and I want to add, they do supply Wargaming Supplies, a spreadsheet where you can test how it's to your advantage. Meanwhile, there's a flaw in the friggin' computations in the spreadsheet. A big flaw that makes it look good for them and not good for the player base. Just got to point this out, folks. Journalism. Good journalism. You got it, baby.
Are doubled. Economic bonuses from permanent camouflages are purchased separately and are permanently activated for a ship if present. Expendable bonuses can now also be added on top of permanent ones. That's interesting. Okay, so wait. So you can purchase perma camos. Economic bonuses for permanent camouflage are purchased separately and are permanently activated for a ship if present. Expendable bonuses can now also be added on top of permanent ones. If they're talking about like perma camos and then like the bonuses from, let's say, the spring sky camo, which isn't a permanent camo, you can stack that on top of one another. Wow, that's really going to boost earnings. In order to simplify the system, only one economic bonus per resource, credits, free XP, Commander XP, and XP can be used at a time. 4 different bonuses in total, and I believe that's what they were showing us in that screenshot above hand. The values of the bonuses are designed in such a way that they can duplicate even the most profitable combinations from the current system. Instead of lowering the service cost, permanent camouflages give a credit bonus that make it so the average income is either unchanged or increased. The service cost for researchable Tier 9 ships is reduced from 120,000 to 115,000 credits, for researchable Tier 10 ships from 180,000 to 150,000 credits. To account for the changes to bonus.
You got to admit, it sounds good, guys. It sounds really good. Sounds good on paper, but you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Bend over, baby. It's coming. You just don't see it yet.
Reduced by 6.7%, and credits earned increased by 12.5%. All camouflages affect only a ship's appearance. In order to make camouflages an exclusively visual customization, their combat bonuses are also separated from them. The 3% detectability range by sea bonus previously present on all camos is now built into the default parameters of all ships. The 4% increase of dispersion from shells fired by enemies attacking a ship will be entirely removed. Okay, fair deal there. Most of the expendable camouflages you have will either receive, or will receive, will also be purchasable for credits. Alright, so you can just buy the camo if you like the way it looks. The number of expendable items in your inventory is displayed, including those that are already mounted on ships. Okay, so again, overall, sounds like they're doing what they're saying. If, again, these changes do hold true, they are essentially tweaking the economy to where now with these changes, the cost of your ship running in battle is essentially the same. And again, it's sounding like you should really just earn more, if anything, from these changes so far from what they're saying. Alright, details of the change. Depending on type, bonuses can have the following values. So I'll throw this table up on screen. So these are the bonuses we're getting from these XP or credit bonuses now. Bonuses from the last row will be exceptionally rare. They can be compared to using all the available signals and best camouflages in the current system, and such bonuses to credits and XP were previously impossible and would be very rare to obtain. Alright. Auto resupply and auto purchase. We separated these two concepts to make it more convenient to use large stocks of bonuses. Auto resupply, i.e. the automatic assignment of the same bonus instead of the used one, if it is present, will always be enabled. Doubloons are not used in this case. You can also enable auto replenishment at your will. The used bonuses of the first two values, for example 20% and 40% credits, and camouflages will be automatically purchased. Economic bonuses. Economic bonuses from camouflages and signals become separate entities. Camouflages can be used separately from these bonuses. Each bonus increases the income of only one resource, again, XP, Commander XP, yada yada yada. Economic bonuses from perma-camos now work for a ship whenever you own it for that ship. The permanent economic bonus is obtainable and works independently from the camouflage. Okay, again. One expendable bonus of each type, credits, free XP, Commander XP can be used at the same time as permanent economic bonuses. So again, like they're basically taking the bonuses from the perma camo and you put each one of those in one of those slots, and it's a permanent bonus. Okay. The service cost reduction from expendable camouflage and signals was replaced by a temporary resource which is exchanged for other economic bonuses during several versions after the release of the change. Okay. Service cost reduction from perma-camos is replaced with such a bonus to credits that the average income either won't change or will be bigger. So basically they're not going to give you the 50% reduction in the post-battle service of the ship, but the bonus you're going to get will compensate for that or make you more money, it seems. Alright, for XP. In the current system, the XP bonus increases the amount of both Commander XP and Free XP. This makes it difficult to calculate and decide which bonus to use, so with the release of the change, XP bonus will no longer have an effect on Free XP and Commander XP. To ensure that the maximum possible earnings of these resources are not changed, all economic bonuses in the new system are increased accordingly. In addition, the base amount of Free XP gain is increased from 5% to 10%. In the sections below, you can see examples of how the profitability will change with the release of the change. That's a tongue twister. And if you want, you can use the calculator to compare the current and new systems yourself. Service cost reduction bonuses. The service cost reduction bonus is at its core a bonus to credits, but its value depends greatly on the tier of the ship it's used on. For example, the India Bravo Terra 3 signal reduces the service cost by 10% and can be sold in the inventory for 3,000 credits. The service cost for ships of tiers lower than 7 is less than 30,000 credits. For example, 23,000 for a tier 6. So instead of using the signal on these ships, it is actually more profitable to sell it. The necessity to check whether an economic bonus is worth using on a ship is a noticeable inconvenience of the current service cost reduction bonus. To simplify the system and increase the benefits for players, we decide to remove or replace this bonus. Service cost reduction bonuses on perma-camos will be replaced by an equivalent bonus to credit earnings. They're repeating themselves here. And at tiers below tier 9, it will be noticeably more profitable. Again, this seems to be like the end goal of a lot of their changes they're doing. They want to make tier 10 slightly more expensive. So even here where they're keeping it the same, they're not increasing the bonuses to tier 10 or tier 9. They're probably going to do everything they can to keep them right at where they're at right now. And that's one of the big purposes of super ships as well. Also, the service costs of tier 9 and tier 10 researchable ships will be reduced, and the credit earnings in co-op will be slightly increased. On average, earnings with a permanent bonus on a tier 9 to 10 ships won't change, and on ships of lower tiers they will increase. There you go. At the same time, they are even higher when playing well in battle. Okay, that's interesting to hear. And that's good too. You get rewarded for performing better. You get more rewarded for performing better, I should say now. This makes the new system friendly for both new players for those who have been playing World of Warships for a long time. Exchange of big bonuses into small ones. During the conversion process, we're trying to give more big bonuses, even though it may reduce the total number of them on the account compared to the number of signals and camouflages. However, if you prefer to use smaller bonuses more often instead of big bonuses, you will be able to exchange big bonuses for smaller ones in the inventory for some time after the change is released. The exchange is happening in such a way you'll be able to keep the total bonus value. For example, plus 7,200% to free XP can be split into 3 2,400% bonuses. Each of them splits into 4 plus 600% bonuses, and lastly, each of these into 2 plus 300% bonuses. Bonuses can be exchanged only to values existing in the new systems. So, for example, 100% to XP cannot be split into 250% because that doesn't exist in the new system. Permanent camouflages and bonuses. After the release of the change, permanent camouflages and permanent economic bonuses can be purchased separately. The economic bonuses will cost slightly less than the cost of permanent camouflages right now. At the same time, the first permanent camouflage that you will buy for a researchable ship in the Exteriors tab and port will be discounted. The total cost of the bonuses in the first permanent camo will be equal to the cost of the current perma camo. Whew! Getting tongue-tied here. All subsequent perma camos for the same ship will cost the same as they do now. So I'm assuming that means like the space camo and the crocodile camo for Montana and such. Oh, here we go. For example, if you have Yamato without any perma camos or economic bonuses, a permanent economic bonus will cost 4,800 doubloons. The first perma camo that you buy in the Exteriors tab will be discounted by 4,800 doubloons. For example, Scorpioid will cost 3,200 doubloons in Type 20. 200 doubloons. So basically, they're taking the 5,000 credits and the 5,000 doubloons, and you're paying the bulk of the doubloons for the economic bonus because you can just slap that on there without a camo and you get the economic bonus. But now the visual and cosmetic Type 20 camo in this new system is only 200 dubs. The second and all subsequent permanent camouflages will have the same cost as they do now. Scorpioid will cost 8,000 doubloons, Type 20, 5,000 doubloons. The change will retain the value of the perma camos and economic bonuses that players already have and allow them to get their perma camo noticeably cheaper. And right here is the conversion calculator, and I believe it is a glorious spreadsheet, is it not? It is a glorious spreadsheet. So if you want to hop on this and crunch numbers yourself, go for it, knock yourselves out. Again, that's in the dev blog, which link to it is down below. They give a couple of examples here, and I'll throw a couple of these tables up on screen. You guys can take a few seconds to look at that if you want to, while I just keep going through the dev blog. I don't want to get bogged down and make it like a 40-minute video going through all the examples, but again, it looks like, again, it's roughly the same, and you're earning a little bit more in some places, or exceptionally close with a little bit excess, which again, if it holds true, it's a win-win for players. It does seem. All right, they do go into more detailed conversion rules here if you want to look at that yourself. Too. Again, it's looking like you are going to be overall earning more, a little bit more at least. All right, and they talk about clan-based bonuses. Because of the detachment of bonuses to free XP and Commander XP from XP, War College gives a bonus to XP only, so it's necessary to make changes to the structure of the clan base. Bonuses to the free experience of all levels of the Design Bureau is doubled. A completely built building will give plus 50% free experience for tier 1 to 10 ships instead of plus 25. Bonuses to Commander XP for each level of the Academy increased by 1%. Fully constructed buildings will give a 15% Commander experience instead of 10%. Premium accounts. Premium account will give a bonus to all experience types and credits in the same way as before the changes, with the exception that bonuses or overall experience do not affect free XP and Commander XP. As in the current system, the premium account increases the value of base experience and credits. All the values of economic bonuses are applied after the bonuses from the Warships premium account. So it looks like you'll be earning a slight just again looking real quick, they're just distributing it again equally across like they would. Okay, yeah, it's look like it'll be about the same and slightly more, maybe in someday, in some cases that is. First victory of the day. The bonus for the first victory of the day will give plus 50% XP, plus 50% free XP, and plus 50% Commander XP, because again they're basically taking that and dividing into 3 things now. Combat symbols will be controlled from the equipment tab, so your all important det flags. And Missouri, for ease of tracking bonuses, all owners of a special Missouri
So here's the other thing. They're doing this, they claim, because the player base has requested it, which we haven't seen any evidence of that. And to simplify things. Well, it's so friggin' complicated. You've got to, you need a certified management accounting degree in order to friggin' figure this stuff out. Because you got to create your own spreadsheets, because their spreadsheets, what they've supplied, are actually been flawed, and that's been proven in the forums once this first came out. And I was the guy that brought this to people's attention. And other guys further discovered, oh yeah, the numbers they're using is not correct. So instead of simplifying things, this is making things more complicated. But they package it in such a way that it looks like it's making your life easier. So it's the Putin way. Yes, we will Ukraine today, Moldova tomorrow. Right. We got you.
So if you had it before she was reintroduced, combat mission will instead receive an improved permanent bonus for credits. Instead of 10% to credits, they will have a plus 40% to credits with the Missouri, with the old Missouri. So that's why that combat mission has an expiration date, because once this goes live, they're not going to have that combat mission out anymore. Instead, you get a 40% bonus to your credits. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be earning more. It's just that the way that the system calculates it, a 10% bonus via a combat mission is equivalent to like a 40% bonus to a bonus that's applied directly to the ship in their spaghetti code. All right, so overall, again, if this holds true, this should be a pretty nice change for the player base. You get much more control over the cosmetic look of your ship. Again, it's going more similar to World of Tanks, which I do think has a much superior customization and camouflage system than World of Warships. And again, it's looking like, again, if this holds true, not a whole lot should change with the way that your ship earns credits. It's going to get a little bit more in depth. You can mix and max bonuses with your XP. You know, like you can apply one bonus to one XP type, another bonus to another XP type. You can mix and match there if you want to use all the same one on all of them. I just would like some answers, Wargaming, as to what's going to happen with those of us that already have perma-camos. I mean, I would like to assume that we're going to get the same perma-camos with the same economic bonuses on our accounts once this update goes live. That's what I like to believe, but I would like some confirmation on that. Wargaming. So guys, let me know in the comments down below, what are you wondering about with this change? Again, overall, for me, it looks like a net win for the players in just about every way, shape, and form. Again,
well, overall a net win, you may be bagged, but no, we're not bagged. This has been done for Wargaming's advantage exclusively. It's made out to look like it's for the player base. Now, hopefully, now that we've brought this to their attention, the mistakes they're making, and they know they've got a pattern of this over years. It's not something new. So, rest assured, you are getting screwed over, whether you realize it or not. Okay? So, comments, throw in the comments section. And take care, folks. Swifty, over and out.